All right. Hello, everyone. I am back again, and I have some more tea for you guys this evening. I'm going to be talking on two different topics. So the first one that I am going to be discussing is about the situation with the 12-year-old and her mom in Detroit. The situation where there was an altercation at work with some children, and one of the mothers, one of the children, gave her daughter acid to douse on the other children. She did indeed throw acid on an 11-year-old child. So we're going to be discussing that, and then we're going to get into the whole talk about Queen Op and Shell. Uh, as you know, Queen Op is a influencer. She's been on YouTube, Instagram. She's been kind of floating around from Big O to Migo with Shell, and they do this type content where she has all types of different things. It's kind of a bullying. Well, it is bullying. Then her girlfriend Danielle got involved. We're just recently arrested. So we're going to get into all that. But before we get into all of that, I would like to make some announcements. So Sip of Reality is my new show, one of them. I still have been talking with Miss Yolanda that I will be returning back to do on Sundays at 6:30. And I'm still going to be doing Queens Talk Live, which is a live call-in vlog where people can call in and ask for relationship advice or even share thoughts on relationship topics. And I also have my late night radio show, and it is on my network, Queens Talk TV. It's under Crown Radio. I will be doing a late night, what you call after dark, chilling vibe show. I'm going to be taking call-ins, requests. We'll just chop it up and listen to music vibe. And that's going to be weeknights from 12 to 2. So I'm looking forward to you guys tuning in. Also, Sip and Talk and Queen Talk. All of my shows are going to eventually, especially Sip and Talk with Miss Lonnie, because I'm turning that into an actual talk show. So that is going to be airing on the network. I will have times where I will be doing live shows and that will be done through my web and through the network and on Roku. So you guys will be able to download the network Queen Talk TV in the Google Play Store as well as the App. Those apps are in the process of being built now as we speak. So hopefully we'll be able to get that out soon, and I can send a link telling everybody how to tune in. I will still be doing little loads here and there on YouTube and Facebook and stuff like that, but most of my content is going to be on my network, which is Queens Talk TV. You can view the web, Roku, and Google Play Store, Apple Play Store, all those good things. Also, we have a TV show that we are working on right now, Minnesota Talent. This is a TV show that is basically going to be based on different talents in Minnesota, and it's 3 to 6 on up. So whatever your talent is, I encourage you to come on and join. We will be posting the date of the auditions really soon. Once we get the event locked in next week, we will be posting the updates on those. So yeah, you guys check it out. Give me 1 second.
Queens Talk TV is calling all Minnesota artists for upcoming TV show Minnesota's Got Talent. We will be hosting pre-auditions every Saturday for the month of July. I encourage all prospects 18 to 25 to submit your online application. Once your application has been received, you will receive a confirmation email confirming your date and time of your audition. Also, please follow us on Facebook and Instagram. All links in the description. Hope to see you there.
All right, so you guys, we are still doing pre-auditions. If anybody would like to reach out to me and set up an interview to do that, but we are going to be having one main audition, and once we get the event space in, we will definitely be posting the dates and times and location. All right, so let's get into the tea. All right, so as I was saying, there's a 12-year-old who's facing assault charges. She appeared in court for a pretrial hearing. Now, Diara Summers, the 11-year-old who suffered from this child throwing the acid on her. She was 11 years old, and she suffered third-degree burns on her arms, legs, and back after being doused with acid outside of Verner Elementary School. All right, prosecutors charged the 12-year-old with assault with the intent to do great bodily harm and felonious assault with the $10,000 bail. All right. So the 12-year-old is due back in court August 1st. I don't know, what's going to happen with that. Is she going to get probation? Is she going to have to do time? But allegedly, the mother was supposed to have given the child the acid to throw on the kid. So I don't know if she's going to charge, if these are just, this is just hearsay, if they have evidence that she did indeed do this. But if she did, hopefully she'll be brought up on charges. It was, so as I said, it was alleged that the 12-year-old's mother provided her with the acid to throw on the 11-year-old Diara following a dispute at the park. This is crazy. So, yeah, I'm going to be following that because I want to keep up with that to see, what the outcome of that is going to be. So I'll be keeping you guys informed on that. All right. So now let's get into the Queen Op and Shell. My goodness, you guys, I have so much to say about this because I was watching these videos. I had kind of seen it surfing around the net, but I really didn't know exactly what it was about, and I didn't really pay too much attention. And my daughter started telling me about it, so I started watching the videos. And basically, Queen Op is someone that viral on social media platforms like Big O and Miko, but she had kind of been flopping from platform to platform because some of the things that she was doing, her videos were getting reported, and she was kind of getting booted off of different platforms. So she was on, she's been everywhere: TikTok, Big O, Miko, Instagram, tweet. But she keeps making different pages and getting back on. But recently, she was arrested. Her and her girlfriend were arrested because the girl here in the shell. Let me see if I can blow this up for you guys. So her right here, now I don't know if Shell has a disability or anything, but she's basically gone viral for just basically abusing her, mistreating her. She downs her. She's always calling her fat. She's always making these comments like, why would a man want you? If a man sees me and you walking down the street, why would they talk to you when they can talk to me because I'm pretty and I have a body and just all this and that, or whatever. Just downing her all the time. Went so far to start beating on her. You can see she has a black eye photo. She messed up her hair. She took a whole bunch of hair glue and just rubbing it through just her whole. She allowed her to do these things too. So even though it hasn't been confirmed that Shell has any disabilities or anything, in my mind, is very questionable. Now, watch some of the lives where people were asking if they were in a relationship, and she said no. But I always wondered, was Shell attracted to her? Was she in love with her? Because I just can't understand. You allow her to do these things to you, and it's like she's humiliated her. There was times where she had her on live with a pacifier and a bitch had a dog around her neck. She did all these things to her. The girlfriend beat her in the head with a blow dryer. She's made her eat dog food, even went so far as to make her eat shit. She's done all of this stuff on live. Made her drink her bath water, and it's just crazy. The shit she does. This last beating, which caused them to go to jail, is because apparently Queen Op bought steak, and I guess she cooked steak for her and her girlfriend. Obviously, Shell wasn't allowed to have none, but I guess she stole some. She was hungry. I'm assuming. She stole some, and So she was beat for that, and then she made her go live and basically tell people why this happened to her, and what she did. And so she's sitting there and she's telling these people that she stole the steak, she snuck up the phone, and maybe she was sneaking the phone to try to text somebody or call somebody. Maybe she was at that point where she was getting fed up, but she was just scared and she didn't know. Because I mean, if you guys go back and look at the video, you could tell that when she was on video, she really wasn't saying a whole lot, but her face expression said a lot. So, my thing when I was watching these videos, what really was getting to me is there was a lot of viewers that was really encouraging this. It was times where they would say things to make Queen Op really want to do things to her or abuse her. Like there's a particular time they were online, a couple of times actually, they were online and she would make her stand there and just be on live. It was like it was a job. So it was kind of like, I would say, manipulation, mental abuse to make her do things to make them go viral so that she could get paid. Because if anybody watches this, as you always know, you would always Michelle call out the Cash App, and it would always be Queen Not Go. So she was doing this. She took all this humiliation online for Queen Op to make all this money off of her, and then in return, she would humiliate her, manipulate her, and just physically, mentally abuse her. Like she would buy her clothes, but then if she didn't do what she wanted, if she wasn't entertaining people on live, to keep them there, or to the point where they weren't bored. Oh, it's get those Fashion Nova clothes. I'm cutting them up. And she would do all this to her on live, and Shell would sit there, cry and beg her not to, and she would tell her she didn't deserve to eat because she wasn't, entertaining enough to where people were seeing Cash Apps in, and just different things like this. But there was also viewers that was, they were abusing her as well. They would call in, they would call her fat, they would call her stupid, they would say things like, you're very manipulative. And when there was other people in the comments that would say things like, Shell or not Shell, but Queen Not was wrong, then she would start blaming Shell. You see what I've been doing? And then you had the other viewers that was saying that she was doing this, she was manipulating viewers, make them say that. It was crazy. I'm gonna be honest, it was crazy watching stuff like that. And it's crazy, that there are people here who have just a dark soul as Queen Op, because there's obviously something wrong. Anytime you get a thrill or can thrive off of mistreating someone like that, there's obviously something wrong. And then she sits and talks about how she's pretty and she's not, how she's fat and how she has a body. People, a lot of times, even though they can come off like they're really secure about themselves or the way they look, they don't. Because deep down, you don't like yourself. You don't. You may be pretty on the outside, but you're very ugly on the inside, and you have a very dark soul on the inside. I don't know what's happened to her. Maybe something in her childhood or in her upbringing. But when people do things like this, it's their own security. And if you have to downplay somebody or mistreat somebody to make yourself feel good, there's something wrong. This girl needs some serious help. Now, I recently heard that the girlfriend just bailed out. I think she just bailed out Friday, the 22nd. So she's out. I don't know what's gonna happen and you know what? I would love to know. This is one thing that I would love to know, because you know how sometimes when people go to jail for like assault and things like that, and they bail out, there's some bail conditions. So I'm wondering if there's a restraining order for Shell, or not for Shell, but for Queen and her girlfriend Danny. They cannot have any contact with Shell. I would also like to know if they also put in there that they can't do anything on social media, because to me that should have been one of the number one things that they should have put in the paperwork, is that you can't, be on social media. I think that Queen Op is gonna find some type of way, and I also think she's gonna find another victim if Michelle doesn't go back, and hopefully she won't. I recently saw that she is back with her family. There was a video that showed up on Twitter stating that she was spotted at a water park with her mom and sister. So hopefully she stays, and hopefully they can kind of like get her into some counseling and maybe get a evaluation and see if that indeed there is something wrong with her. Because as I said, it hadn't confirmed. I heard her on live say that there was nothing wrong with her. She's never received any, thing saying that she's disabled. But hopefully her family could get her that help, and hopefully she won't go back. But I guarantee you, Queen Op is going to find her another victim. I almost wanted to say that maybe her next victim will be Danny, but I highly doubt it, because anybody who has been watching these lives with her, if you guys notice, she's never went as hard on Danny as she has on Shell. There were times they would be arguing and she would be questioning her, but then there was times when Danny would buck back at her and she kind of got a little quiet. Now, if that was Shell, she would have went all in. She would have threw water on her. She would have cut her hair. She would have just did, just something to her. But when it came to Danny, she never really went all in. So that's what makes me also feel like she's a very weak individual. And she knows who to fuck with and who not to fuck with. And she knows how far to go and how far not to go. So she's always going to be looking for the weak link. In my opinion, she's always going to be looking for the next weak link. She thrives on control. She thrives on just having everything go her way. And when things don't go her way, she thrives on abusing you mentally, physically, emotionally. This girl has some deep, dark problems. And then the other thing is her son. I heard her son in the videos in the background. He was upset because she was saying all these things because as you guys know, her grandmother died. Shell's grandmother died, and Queen Op did not allow her to go to the funeral. She manipulated her to make her feel like her family was against her, and was gonna, if she went to that funeral, they were gonna be on BS with her. It was gonna be a bunch of drama. She wasn't gonna be there to protect her, as if she really gave a damn. It was all manipulation, and she didn't go. But then she sat there and she made different comments about her grandmother. She's always talked about, her family. And this was all just to make her feel like family didn't love her. They didn't want her. They didn't care about her, just to keep her under her wing so she would misuse her and mistreat her. She's had her sleep with strange men. There's a video where she paid a bum sleeping on the street $1 to let her lay down and kiss him. I mean, she's had her do some of the most unspeakable things that's just crazy. And viewers, they kept this going. Like, this should not have never went as far as it went, but because a lot of viewers thought this shit was fucking funny and thought that this was something exciting to watch, it did. Thank God for the viewers who were reporting those videos, reporting those lies, and called the police, and we got them locked up. And I hope that this is the end of it. Now, apparently, she's supposed to be going live tonight on Instagram. She posted that on Twitter from her new page, Obama's daughter. Lord, she just doesn't give up. But anyway, she's supposed to be going live later tonight on a new Instagram page, and she's charging $20. You have to send a $20 cash app to see this live. She's only accepting 11 people. I mean, not 11 people, 100 people. And if you really want to know, I think she's trying to make back money, because I'm assuming, I don't know this for sure, but this is just an assumption, because she bailed out with $75. Danny had to pay 10% of her bail, which was $10,000. So I'm gonna assume she's trying to make the money back that she tried to bail her out. If that's the case, like I don't know if there's just an assumption. Anyways, anybody would be crazy to pay her $20 to see her live. I don't care to hear. Well, I do care to hear, because I'm just interested in knowing what the fuck she has to say. But I wouldn't pay $20. I wouldn't pay her $2. This is why she's made it so hard. She's been manipulating viewers. She used Michelle to do it, and that's crazy. then you had viewers telling her that when Michelle would do things online, that it was because she was trying to steal her shine. If it wouldn't have been a show if she didn't have Michelle. So what the fuck? This shit is crazy. But guys, yeah, so like I said, I'm gonna be trying to find that live later. Hopefully somebody leaks it, and if I can find it, I'll try to get it and screen record it, and I'll be back to show you guys. But I like to thank you guys for tuning in. That is going to bring my show an end. You guys stay tuned. I will be leaving all my links and information to the TV network and everything. I hope you guys tune to my late night radio show. Until next time, you guys have a good evening.